Right, it's big race time here at Newmarket on ITV. Big crowd again today. Over 3 days, similar to last year really, around 34,000 people have attended. We were told by the racecourse 40% of those are first-time visitors, hadn't been here before, which is good to hear. And Ladies' Day was the best attended since 2019. Football bound to have an impact on crowd sizes this week. We know who he's supporting. And we know how he'd celebrate tonight if they win. And he's getting his prize from the chairman, Matthew Lowe, and he's had a really good week. And he's still got big mojo to come, and he'll be watching, just in case you didn't know. It's an 8:45 start tonight on ITV1. Right, as promised, let's tell you the revised results from the John Smith's Cup up at York. We knew the first two, they were unaffected, even though it was real rough and tumble in the straight. There were numerous unlucky horses, in particular the fourth that we picked out. So Castle Stewart got promoted to third, Danger Bay to fourth, and it was Salam Dubawi demoted in the revised positions from third to fifth at 80-1. Hopefully, if you did back the big outsider there, you had first five in the market. But now it's...
Ain't roll you like grown, don't stop me up. Looking at the rolling stone, but I get stoned with a little help from my friends with the good blend. And I'm back around, back to be again. I can make the faces like famous.
Some of these big individuals, and one of them being, of course, his stablemate again, Almarak. He's an absolute beauty, isn't he? Maybe the market thinks that his win at Royal Ascot was something of a fluke because he won at such a big price, but I think he's improving rapidly. Number 3 is Comanche Brave, 7th in the Jubilee. He was beaten 3 lengths. He was a Group 2 winner before that, and he's parading nicely. Good shine on his coat. A couple of handlers, red hood, but not misbehaving. Now 11, Venetian Sun. Wow, I mean, she just looks sensational. She has ever since her days as a 2-year-old. She looks like a big, strong colt, despite the fact that she's only a 3-year-old filly. Got to go back to 1983 to find the last 3-year-old filly to win the July Cup. Now, I'm not sure how many have tried in the interim, and I'm not sure how many have been as good as her, but there have been a few niggles about her coming into the week. Was she in season? Is she going to like the firmer conditions, which has seen her a little bit weaker in the market?
Well, here's the big team that really matters, Venetian Sun. They are here. That's the great thing. Carl Burke, Patrick Veach, the master gambler turned supremo when it comes to Tony Bloom's horses. Patrick, first of all, I mean, have you just been playing the markets? 1 minute you were 2-1 favourite, then you've gone out to about 7-1. Now you've come back in. You are one of the biggest gamblers in the world. Tony Bloom's one of the biggest gamblers in the world. Have you just had a bit of fun?
It's, you know, we would have preferred more rain.
So you're just going to completely ignore my facetiousness.
You saw what we did to those horses that proved Group 1 horses at Haydock and good to soft. Today, faster. We're still a good filly on this ground, but we would have liked more rain, so we'll see.
Is it ultimately that, you know, you're giving it a shot? If it doesn't work out, you kind of already know the reasons why. But there's not only one July Cup, but you never know what's going to happen in 12 months' time or 24 months' time.
Yeah, we won on this ground, you know, at Ascot. This is a stronger race. Yeah, we'll see.
We know that you are up here as clever as anyone on this racecourse. Who do you think is your big threat? Like, which of the horse or horses you think you've got to beat?
I haven't really narrowed it down to one. We'll just see. We think we would like more rain. We'll see.
Okay. Final question then, because you're being a bit sort of flappy at the moment. Do you really believe you can win this race today?
I think we've a definite chance. We have a definite chance, but you know, this is their chance to beat us today on this ground. September, October, it might be a different story, but we'll see.
Good to have you here anyway.
Cheers.
I want to show you Double Rush quickly before he heads out, because he looks seriously well. Look at that shine on his coat. He really doesn't look out of place in this field. And when you consider he was actually moved as a pacemaker for G1, no, a lead horse, I should say, for G1, who sadly we don't have with us any longer. But his rise through the ranks has been nothing short of pretty incredible.
This is the Albasti Acre World Dubai July Cup market. Satono Rev, 15-8 market leader, was as big as 9-2 earlier in the week. Venetian Sun, 11-2, 6-1 Mission Central, 7-1 Almanac and Double Rush, 12-1 Comanche Brave and Division, 14's Big Mojo, 33-1 for Koppel. It is Satono Rev for Japan, heads the market 15-8.
Right, the horses making their way to post. What a sight that is for the big race of the meeting. Meg, let's start with your fancy, and Jason, you're going to have to come in here because you think the form could be turned around from the QE2 Jubilee at the Royal Meeting. Why do you think Almanac can repeat this?
Well, I suppose he was the one that was finishing best of all. Now, they ultimately did challenge on opposite sides and didn't have each other to battle, if you like. But I just thought Almanac was the fast finisher. He made up the ground on Satono Rev, who probably got first run. And I could just see Almanac hitting this rising ground here at Newmarket and absolutely flying.
So you're Almanac. Jason, you think the Japanese can turn this around?
Well, I think that since he's been over here, Ryan's worked him on this particular track on a couple of occasions, and he's absolutely loved it. And we know that it can't be quick enough for him. But he's had plenty of racing, so he's not going to put like all of a sudden a whopping great career best. What we can rely on is that he's going to perform at a really, really high level. Look, Almanac, 4 from 7. Venetian Sun, 6 from 8. Mission Central, 6 from 9. So those horses, they are absolutely regular winners, aren't they? But of course, the bigger test now.
Yeah, and watching them go down there, Almanac looked to be floating down nicely. Venetian Sun also on this firmer ground at that tempo seemed to be going down nicely as well. But I suppose the thing for me, and maybe you, Megan, as well with Almanac, is that he was able to do that at 25-1 on his second start of the year on his first try at that kind of level. So does it suggest that maybe with another run under his belt, maybe a little bit more age and experience, he can improve again?
Yeah, for sure. He's lightly raced. He would have lost a lot of confidence with what happened at York last year. So I think William Haggis and the team have done a remarkable job to build him back up, aim him at a nice level on return. Then they've gone, right, he's ready to step it up. And he did, and he came in with a bang.
And Tom Marquand said after the race that there was a moment that the horse was a little bit crowded and his head half went up, maybe in anticipation of what happened to him at York. But then once it cleared and he got some more running room, he was able to really put his head down and hit the line well. Okay,
let's talk about all of them, as we like to do on a big race. Everyone at home will have a fancy. We've talked about the top one, Almanac. Jason, number 2 is Big Mojo, who was in the number 2 position last year.
He is the each-way play, got to be, like you said, second in this last year. He won the Sprint Cup at Haydock, and William Buick has got a great record on him, having a wonderful meeting.
Number 3, Comanche Brave for Donica O'Brien, who we heard from moments ago. He's just had a winner at Navan, as the O'Briens do, beating his brother Joseph. Actually, can he run better than he did at Ascot, Meg?
Well, he ran with a lot of credit, I thought, in the Jubilee. He's a horse that stays further than the 6 furlongs. He looked pretty good on his penultimate start, didn't he? Maybe just falls a little short at the very top level.
There's the A-stud colours with the back to us. Francesca sounded keen, Jason. I'm very keen on Double Rush, who the trainer has transformed, as Francesca said.
Look, he's the low mileage improver, and look, he won from 90. What sort of good thing was he then? But of course, it's a different ass now, Ed, from 110.
You'd imagine for Prince of India, number 5 would be a tough task. What about good old Quinault? Francesca, Marco Gianni for Stuart Williams, looking for a first Group 1.
I suppose the question is the Group 1, isn't it? And maybe you think that a good handicapper can pop up and win a race, but with the strength and depth that we've got here, it's going to be a tough ask. He won a listed race here in 2024. He was 3rd in the Group 1 Champion Sprint, but generally at this level, it's tough.
We've talked about Satono Rev. Number 8, Megan, is Koppel for Clive Cox, who knows how to win this.
He does. Safi spoke about him on the opening show with us this morning and said, don't necessarily look into the place when he ran in the Commonwealth Cup. He was on the wrong side, and actually the race developed away from him. If he's in amongst them this time, he may well take another step forward.
Should we have a look at the Commonwealth Cup? Koppel was in that division. Some say was unlucky in 3rd. Venetian Sun, the winner that day.
Yeah, with division, we saw a mare earlier on today, didn't we? In Havana Pusey, who can sometimes get it wrong at the gate. Is he starting to get into that bracket where something is not quite right with him? He's claustrophobic, he doesn't seem to jump. I don't know if it's, you know, they would have been doing plenty of work with him. If he can just latch up, fall out with them, and then get into his rhythm, he's got to be a huge player.
Yeah, it's the run style thing, isn't it? It's frustrating. He's one that always looks as if he's finishing well and, oh, unlucky. But how many times do you make an excuse? As a sprinter, you've got to be on the button. You've got to be sharp out the skates and give yourself a chance early on. I just wanted to question on that. Venetian Sun obviously winning on that occasion. And the question, the ground should be better on slower. But at Royal Ascot, the ground wasn't exactly slow. It was quick. It was also good to firm. She's handled it there. Is it just because the more exaggeration on the downhill run? What is it? Like, why is that now suddenly an excuse? She may well be better with a bit more cut, but it doesn't mean that she can't perform on it.
Let's check her price, 11 to 2.
The other thing I'd wonder maybe there is that the Commonwealth Cup time was 1 minute 12 seconds and 0.8 seconds. And the July Cup, as a rule, when you go back through the winning times, is nearly always run faster than that. Is this generally a faster 6 furlongs? And being a 3-year-old filly, having come from the Commonwealth Cup, is that just a little bit against her?
Mission Central is number 10, another of the Royal Ascot winners that Francesca started the day by saying it was a big smash-up between the Royal Ascot sprinters. Won the King Charles III. Hasn't been done, the double, since 1985, Jason. Never so bold. People who are taking Mission Central on today would say everything that could go right went right this day.
Oh, I mean, he was dropped in. All right, he's had a clear cut at them once Ryan brings him out, and yeah, you could argue that not many riders would have been able to get up and literally the last jump beating the French flyer Rayevka. But I think throughout this current campaign he had 3 wins. They've all been down over the minimum, but he has no problem whatsoever going back up a furlong.
Yeah, he's got 3 wins over 6 furlongs as well, hasn't he? I suppose he's another one that's just come up through the grades last year and this year. And when Ed said did things fall right for him, it was Kevin, wasn't it, in the analysis hub that suggested that basically the whole rest of the field that day in the King Charles III went way too fast, so he was able to pick up the pieces. He was in the right
where he
place
was on the
to do
track,
it.
which we soon found out was the place to be.
He looks quite weak in the market. Physically, compared to a lot of these big, strong sprinters, he's quite small and quite light looking.
2 to 1 the field for Japan. Satono Rev at 2s. Almarak's been backed into 11 to 2. He's the mover late on. Almarak. Venetian Sun out to 6 to 1. Mission Central at 7. Double Rush at 8 to 1. Division at 11 to 1. Big Mojo at 12. Facing the wrong way at the minute, but the stall handlers will know what to do. Comanche Brave. Billy having his first ride for Donica O'Brien. In they go.
I wonder if they're going to go in that similar sort of path, stay in a group down towards the centre. That's the way for them to run at the top level, isn't it?
Well, let's find out. Almarak will be the last one forward for Richard.
So this is one of the feature sprints of the season, the Al Basti Equil Dubai July Cup, straight 6 furlongs. It's such an open division, and the field leave the starting stall. Division jumped a little slow, but better than he can. He's right in touch early on. Satono Rev, keeping it simple, is right up there early on with Almarak, and between the pair, Mission Central racing handily. On the right-hand side is Double Rush. Coming near side, Quinault, along with Big Mojo, on a long rein, taking a fierce hold under William Buick. Those two are coming to the stand side. The bigger group up the centre, headed by Satono Rev with Almarak, then Mission Central, their right-hand side, Double Rush. Comanche Brave tracks them with Koppel. Venetian Sun, 3 from the back with Division as they make their way now down towards the halfway stage. Prince of India is last of all on that far side group. Big Mojo's gone to Quinault on the near side. Satono Rev is already pressing on for home under Christophe Lemaire and has the lead here. It's Satono Rev from Comanche Brave. Venetian Sun on the right-hand side making ground. Then Mission Central. Division is asked to close. Satono Rev's going to have to do it the hard way here, being pressed by Comanche Brave and Venetian Sun. Near side Mission Central. Division is now picking up with the red cap. It is Comanche Brave who's gone to the front. Koppel at a huge price. Then Venetian Sun. Prince of India finds the path blocked, but it's Comanche Brave's turn to win the big sprint. Venetian Venetian Sun, Satono Rev and Koppel Division and Prince of India. Comanche Brave, how many times do we see turnarounds in the sprinting division? And Comanche Brave, who was behind quite a few of these at Ascot, turns it round. Donica O'Brien and Billy Loughnane, a new combination. The youngsters and Billy Loughnane pat down the neck for Mohammed Al-Mubaid. Comanche Brave eventually won it pretty comfortably, to be honest. Venetian Sun came through the pack. Satono Rev kept on and shares a photo for third with Koppel, which may just go the Japanese's way. How they wish the photo at Ascot had gone their way. This time it's only for third division. Prince of India ran well, he got stopped late on, but Comanche Brave it was over on the far side. And the celebrations for Billy Loughnane, a Group 1 winner just over the way with Bo Echo, and now one on the July course with Comanche Brave.
And all the Cornwall team, obviously Donica's mum and dad here, they were the first to give themselves a hug and a pat. Donica, as this horse, you wouldn't have seen it, but Anne-Marie and Aidan just gave each other a great big hug as you passed the line in front. Very proud of you, and you'll be very proud of this horse. Tell me, how has this come about today?
Yeah, this he was good. He was very good. I'd have to watch it back, but he looked to be travelling all over them. Billy gave him a lovely ride. I said if he's going well, keep going well, and he kept sitting on him. And he's a lot of pace, this horse, but yeah, he was impressive. So it's great.
Yeah, I mean, he really has travelled. He's bounced off the surface. I mean, he's sort of looked better than all of them. It's not like something's closing him down or anything. He's travelled. He's finished off.
No, he was very impressive. Yeah, so it's a big well done to the owners, Mr. Al Muhadeb and Khaled Mishrif. They bought him when he was out running in Saudi, and in fairness to him, they believed a lot in this horse, and they believed that he could compete at this level, and they've been proven right today. So big well done to them.
And Donica, do you appreciate your family as a whole? I mean, I was joking